Hello, everyone. Welcome to.
Don't start it again. That was a good enough intro. You keeping that in.
You ruined it. You ruined it because I dried up. Our question episode went quite well, didn't it? It was all right. I was quite pleased with that.
Again, I was laughing at Chris's joke that I was thinking of.
Our questions episode that has gone live just the same day that we record this. That's gone all right. I'm quite pleased with that.
Yeah. What's the date? What's the date? We should start doing. What's the date and time of recording? So what is the date and time now?
The date and time now is 26th of February. Just gone 7 o'clock in the evening.
Right. Okay. So that's when we're recording this, just in case we put it out in like 3 weeks.
And more importantly, where's Pacelli?
Where's Pacelli?
Where's Pacelli? Where'd he go? Round and round the answers flow. Is he high or is he low? Where's Pacelli? We don't know.
Where's Pacelli? I am in a town called Bungay. Now it's spelled Bungay. I said Bungay. Someone very quickly corrected me. It's Bungay. And so I am 20 miles west of Southwold and 18 miles south of Norwich-ish. So I'm in the east of England at the moment.
It's spelt Bungay, isn't it?
Yeah, Bungay, yeah, but I said it and someone corrected me very quickly. I was like, oh, sorry. But yeah, I'm in a lay-by just outside of the town, so about a 5-minute walk out of the town. And there's a pizza wagon here, so you know,
it was golden pizza, wasn't it?
Golden something, yeah. I'll insert picture here of the one I edited rather than the two murderers staring at me.
They're definitely not axe murderers.
No. They're actually all right, actually. They don't really speak English, but what I managed to get out of him, he seemed like a nice guy. He didn't spit him a pizza anyway.
Well, not that you saw.
No. I've been working all day, so I started at 3 o'clock this morning. So I was up at 2 o'clock in the morning. It's now about 6 or something like that.
Oh, so you haven't prepared for this because you normally do, yeah?
Yeah. Well, these two know what we're going to talk about. I don't have a clue, but that's my role in this. Everyone else thinks I don't know what you're talking about. I'm going to go, I don't know what you're talking about, and you two can explain it because I don't know what we're about to talk about.
I think we can just pretend to know what we're talking about.
I mean, I can read pages. I can read pages off the gov.uk website. That's the extent of my knowledge on this particular subject. My charger was fitted. My Hypervolt charger was fitted on the last day. I think it was the end of March back in 2022, when we used to get a grant for residential EV chargers. So it's changed a lot since then. So now, at the moment, you only get a grant if you're a leaseholder or a flat or a renter. Is that right?
Yeah, this is a new scheme just been announced for people in flats. So I think people in flats, if they own the flat, are okay. They can get it, but it's mainly aimed at people that are renting. So if you've got a landlord, it's £500. Is that right?
It's called the EV Charge Point Grant for renters and flat owners with off-street parking. And renters of any type of residential property or people who live in a flat, they must have dedicated off-street parking. And they get up to £500 or 75%. And that closes 31st of March next year. The slightly related one is the EV Charge Point Grant for households with on-street parking. Homeowners or renters with only on-street parking, in other words, are going to utilise a gully or a cross-pavement solution.
Like a terraced house.
Yes. They're going to get the same 500 or 75%, one per property. Yeah, it allows, obviously, cross-pavement installation. It ends at the same time, end of March next year.
So that's quite good, isn't it, for the gully payment? Because that's really pretty much what it costs, isn't it? If I remember rightly, yeah.
They're gonna most users are gonna get the full 500, which is gonna be roughly 75% of the cost.
For a charger installation, but for the gully installation,
for the gully as well.
They need the gully and the charger.
If you just open your windows and listen, you'll be able to hear Turbocharge just screaming for joy, because this is just like
Yeah, not just
their absolute
Turbocharge.
dream.
State-funded schools and colleges get the workplace charging scheme as well. They get $2,000 per socket, so that's quite a lot for the education sector. However, that used to be more. It used to be 2,500. They've got to get quotes from OZEV approved installers. The installer claims the grant and deducts it from your bill. Takes about 10 days. Claim after the install. Blah blah blah.
That's quick, isn't it? 10 days.
Your home is at risk, and so forth. Yeah. So yes, that's it. And it's it is quite a considerable change in what we have. Because really, it's only been renters, basically renters and flat owners who've had it until now.
We touched in the last episode, didn't we, about things that put people off having an EV, little things, and little things can sort of cheer them up, can't they? So things like that, the ability to be able to charge at work, is quite a big thing, isn't it? And if you're renting, you don't want to spend all of your own money, do you, on a charger? You're not going to be there forever.
Especially if you're renting.
Yeah, I think that's a really
precisely.
good thing.
It's a form of destination charging, isn't it? And this is one of the ingredients in the secret sauce to wide scale adoption.
Gary Croft, I used to speak to him a lot, and he's a guy. He had a Brabus Smart #1 when it first come out, and he lives in a flat in Preston. The guy's in his 70s. I've not seen him on Twitter for a while.
Yeah, it's on. It's #3, wasn't it? A red one, a Brabus #3.
Yeah, it was red. Yeah. Said he had to use ones down the road to do it because he couldn't charge because he lives in a flat and they didn't in a car park. So that's good news for him because he can just. I think he owns a flat though, so I don't know.
Yeah, he found a solution, didn't he? He's like a first or second floor flat, but he has got parking, and he's got
parking downstairs. Yeah,
it was about 50, 75 meters away from his flat, wasn't it? But he somehow found a solution. I remember seeing a picture of him charging it through a gate or something.
These new grants, they sort of move the responsibility for getting the charger in place to the installer rather than to the homeowner. And this is a good move, because the installer is much more likely to be able to make it happen. If you're on the third floor, the owner of the car is going to struggle to get all of these regulatory pieces of the puzzle together to get the install done. The installers are much better at this, and if they're the ones being paid, then they're incentivized to do it. We did briefly mention it, that the cross pavement and gully solutions. Now this is the upcoming charge solution, and this is likely to fill the I think it's about 35%, much of the 35% of people who don't have off-street parking. I think this is quite important because it addresses a previously unaddressed need of some users, or some
overlooked. I mean, it should be more. I think if I'm going to criticise anything, I think it should be a higher amount. Because I had my home charger installed in 2020. When did it start? 2021, the grant for home chargers?
I believe so, and it ended in 22.
Yeah, I think it was mid-2021 or beginning of 2021. I had my home charger installed, and it cost me a couple of quid, but hardly anything.
Anything that helps people, yeah, absolutely. Mine came free with the car when we signed up to when we signed up to Octopus. You had a choice of having a home charger installed, and you had a choice of so many, and I picked the one what worked with Intelligent Go. Or if you lived in a place where you couldn't have a charger, you got £500 credit on your Electroverse account.
I think they still do that, don't they?
What you got. I don't know.
I think they still do that, and certain lease companies and stuff you can get, or when you buy a car from the manufacturer, certain ones of those offer you a free charger, like the Ford Puma we always talk about in every episode. Maybe we need a Ford Puma counter. And a pull. I think rather than the T swear jar only being the one we have, we need a Paul mentions Nissan counter.
Or you mentioned me mentioning China, perhaps.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Did you go? When you go,
an actual swear jar for me.
Yeah. On average, this is going to save users using a cheap overnight tariff about 1,400 quid. Yeah, it's been fully costed. It's coming out of the Department of Transport, which is Chris's mate, and the Department of Environment. I don't know who's the Environment Minister. I don't know. Alexa, Who's the Environment Minister?
Steve Reed has been the British Secretary of State for Environment, Food and Rural Affairs since the 5th of July 2024.
Alexa, stop.
The role...
There you go. That's me doing research live in the podcast.
Look at you, the future.
either Chris, his picture has frozen, or he's
He's just not
dumbstruck
impressed.
with my
he's bored
skills.
with something now.
I just-
Say garlic bread, Chris. Garlic bread.
garlic bread.
The future.
Every time I see someone have an Alexa when they're not in the room,
We need
I
a
always set-
telly Alexa.
yeah, no, I always set the alarm for 2:30 in the morning, no matter where. If I see someone, but my mate's outside the house, but I get a text the next day saying, "You bastard."
And there's an extra local. There's many local authorities running extra schemes totaling about 25 million. So and these grants can go on top of these local incentives. Find the grant portal from April. That's run on the .gov.uk website.
Not only did I get my charger at home, I also got 2 chargers installed at my work.
I've used one.
Yeah,
Yes.
using it 2022.
Yes.
They do get used, not a lot. I mean, we use them a lot, but they do get used occasionally by the public as well.
They
Chris,
are
I saw your mate Andy Burnham on that Guy Martin program where he was talking about heat pumps and renewable energy. Do you see that? Guy Martin's Eco Home or something on Channel 4. You should watch it. Yeah, that Andy Burnham came on when he finished it. Yeah.
Why did Andy Burnham come on?
He lives in Lincolnshire, doesn't he? Is that where?
He lives over. Andy Burnham lives in Lee, in Greater Manchester.
Yeah, but the house that Guy was sort of covering and working on, where they were making it all up to date, was in his patch, I think. But anyway, watch it. It was good.
I like Guy Martin. I met him once.
Did you?
We was in a town called Robin Hood's Bay in the northeast. It's a very nice town if you ever look that way. And he was sat outside the bar, outside a pub, on a bench outside, just having a pint. And I walked past him, and my missus spotted him, went, "All right," and then we just started talking. He was very nice. I was going the hills
was
like that. Oh God, it is. God, a long time ago. 5, 6, maybe longer ago. 7 years ago, maybe. Quite a while. Quite a while back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good program. Yeah.
I met David Beckham once.
Did you?
David
Yes.
Beckham.
I met David Beckham before he was.
Did you meet
England
his
captain.
husband?
It was before he was England captain. He wasn't that. I think he was still playing captain of Man U at the time. And I met him in the lobby of a hotel in near Heathrow. Actually, I was working there. Very nice, very charming. I had a name badge on, and I went up to her. I said, "You're David Beckham." I'm not a big football fan, so I wasn't entirely sure that it was, but I said, "You're David Beckham," and he read my badge and went, "You're Paul Eden." And I thought that was nice. I mean, it may not be. Well, it is, isn't it? I mean, it may be that he's learned to do that when he meets his fan. It may be learned behaviour, or it may be just him being a naturally nice guy. But it was quite a nice encounter. I'm pretty sure it was pre-Euro '96. So it was a long time ago. Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Yeah. So the segue subject is bidirectional chargers.
Yes, well,
So
yeah. I
obviously
mean,
it's
I'm a Chadamo owner.
It was nerd, yeah. So today I noticed, and I did a post about this on X, which I think I shared to our channel as well. Enphase is a company that make chargers. They're talking about their Enphase IQ bidirectional EV charger. There's been a couple of bidirectional chargers on the market over the years, but they've been ruinously expensive and not very reliable from what I understand. So this is interesting. I still think it's going to be very expensive, like, $3-4 grand. Then you've got to fit it. And of course your car needs to be vehicle to home compatible. So we can segue a Nissan mention in here, Paul, can't we? The new Nissan Micra and the Renault 5, they have vehicle to home and vehicle to grid capability. They've got to switch it on yet, haven't they? Chris is waving at us.
I'm just noticing that you guys are talking about bidirectional charging a vehicle to home, but you've got to presume that someone's watching and doesn't know what we're talking about. So can one of you explain what vehicle to home is and bidirectional charging, or do you want me to do it? It's up to you.
You give it a go, Chris.
You go for it, Chris.
And we can.
So vehicle to home is
basically
when you're you do like making out that
sarcastic.
Honestly.
Don't upset our thumbnail king.
It's going to put you off the more. Oh, look at that! Sorry, putting you off with the Stella.
He's going to make you fat and uglier in the thumbnail.
Yeah, I will. Yeah.
Go on, Chris, sorry. Oh, he's
So
got the Stella
vehicle to
out,
home
shit.
is basically so when you have a house, you currently can have batteries drilled onto your wall or at your house, and you can charge that battery and it powers your house. Vehicle to home is a charger what goes into a compatible car, and you can basically use your car what's on the driveway to power your house. So you can charge your car on a cheap rate, and then when you're at home, you plug your car in, and your house runs off the power of your car. Because basically, my car is 77 kilowatt battery. That's a week's worth of house power. So you can basically still run your house in the evening on your cheat rate, because you charged your car on a cheat rate, and you can basically use it as a big power bank. That's what vehicle to home is. Bidirectional charging is when you can charge your car, but also the grid, i.e. power stations and power companies, can take power from your car and take it back to the grid. So basically it makes every house of car a little power hub, what the grid can use, rather than having a big power plant down the road chucking crap up in the air. Everyone who's got their electric cars plugged in, they can suck power from your car on a percentage of what you set, so you won't end up with no mileage the next day. And basically you're all in a cooperative, collective way powering the country just by having your car plugged in. The only reason why I mention that is because someone who I know privately, and I know he isn't clued up on all of this as well as we are. So now I'm trying to cater for people who aren't as geeky and as much of a virgin as what we all are.
Sometimes when I say to my mum, I do this podcast, and I say, can you watch it? A couple of extra views would be really helpful. And she says, oh, look, I tried to watch it, but I don't understand what you're talking about, and so I just turn it off. Okay, fine.
As long as she presses the like button, make sure she presses the like button before she turns it off.
You're absolutely right. There's a lot of echo chambering that goes on in this particular field, and I really, I one of the things that I was in my mind when I came to you two and said, let's do this podcast, was that we wanted to talk to those outside that echo chamber.
Vehicle to load is amazing at the beach. If you drive to the beach and you have things in the back of your boot, like a portable fridge and an electric barbecue, you just go to the beach and you plug it in your car, and it's a massive power bank, and you can have a great day. And you can have speakers and just do everyone's head in. Brilliant. But then everyone stares at you.
Anyway, the coolest thing that I've seen V2L power is a bouncy castle in the middle of nowhere. Bouncy castle, kids going mental, here EV6 next to it, powering it.
I used to have a bounce castle company. I used to have a bounce castle company, so that's close to my heart.
That appeals to you. That'd be so cool.
Absolutely. Good idea.
You'd be the coolest dad in the world, wouldn't you, if you managed to enable a bouncy castle in the middle of a field somewhere.
In fact,
I maintain that the best use of V2L is to charge another car, to charge another EV, and I've done that. I've done it with the MG and the Leaf, and
that's cool. I need to try it on the AMI, don't I?
Yeah,
I've been in couple of our followers want to go to the Simply French event at Bewley National Motor Museum, and they want me to take the AMI there, and it's about 30 miles away from me. Yeah, so it'd be cool if we could get down there. Anyway, I'll take the AMI, and I'm going to plug into his EV6 so I can get back. Yeah. So what Chris was talking about, vehicle to grid. I mean, it's quite self-explanatory, isn't it? But the reason why these microgrids that you're talking about, Chris, are so important is that obviously at peak times there's a big demand for electricity. So when you get home from work, tea time, and all that, the demand for electricity is pretty big. So if you've got this giant battery on your driveway and you can give power to the grid, rather than burning gas or something, it's a really cool idea. And then you recharge your car at night as you would normally, so you've got enough to use it the next day, and it keeps the grid within the boundaries of what it needs.
So yeah, there's companies like Indra who've done it in the past. Indra had 2 trials that were massively oversubscribed, and Indra installed these systems for free and let the users keep them. Some of them are still working even now. The chargers, this trial was some years ago. I was lucky enough to speak to John Fox, one of their technology officers. Quasar do one as well. And
Quasar?
Lasers, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's laser quest.
Yeah, laser tag.
Yeah, there's a charger called the Quasar 2 bidirectional charger. Is Wallbox the name of the manufacturer? I'm not familiar with this lot.
Yeah,
Wallbox. And there was a new one that you mentioned today.
Enphase, and there's another one.
Yes.
Actually,
there's Synergy Syngene.
Synergy,
store.
that was it. Yeah. That's about £3,400.
That's CCS. Yeah. The Wallbox, the Quasar is CHAdeMO. There's Autel, there's Delta, there's Solar Edge. There's a number of them, but they're just not widely adopted because they're far too expensive. Why do we need your driving license?
Too expensive or just on a trial? Yeah, with hair. Yeah.
Oh wow, handsome chap.
The amount of times I told him to update that photo. That's from when I was 21 years old, and I'm 42 now, and they're still not updated my photo.
So yeah, cool. Interesting times. I mean, Paul, you mentioned CHAdeMO. This was designed with the intention of being a home bidirectional power storage. Is that right in Japan? Because they have all these emergencies and.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. It's much easier to get CHAdeMO to do bidirectional because the software and the software standards are much better defined, and the connectors are designed with bidirectional in mind, and they're not with CCS2.
It's a chunkier standard, isn't it, CHAdeMO? Chunkier.
That's right.
Would take more, I think.
A lot of leaf owners arrive on the scene saying, "Yeah, I'm going to do bidirectional," and they quickly find out it's not as easy. They're really told. Many Nissans from the middle of this year are going to have some of the bidirectional charging equipment in the car, so that's going to take away a lot of the cost. And as far as I know, they're the only manufacturers doing that at the moment. They have gone a bit quiet on that front, though, so it may be one of the things that
software thing they've got to switch on, isn't it? I think.
Oh, there's been but there's hardware in the car as well.
Yeah, the stacks are ready for it. Yeah. But should I be the first to mention Tesla? Ding. They still, apart from on the Cybertruck, they still haven't got a vehicle delayed because of the Tesla Powerwall business.
The Cybertruck got vehicle to load.
Yeah, it's a commercial vehicle. There's
power takeoff, isn't it?
Yeah, there's power takeoff, electrical and mechanical, and there's a number of outputs in the bed. It's an outdoor vehicle. It's
There was one model. I can't remember what it was. It might have been the Model S, which is obviously stopped now. That they released an adaptable, didn't they? But it was quite low wattage, 1500 watts or something, if I recall rightly. This is where we need Graham to come and tell us Tesla stats. I use mine to plug the lawnmower in so I can get the gardener to cut the front grass. Yeah, and all the neighbours come out looking.
Yeah, I do that. Jet washing.
Jet washing stuff. Yeah. So was it Monday? The government announced that energy prices are dropping from April the 1st. They're cutting the electricity bill levy. Yeah. Just reading it from the Octopus Post, the government is cutting levies from electricity bills, and you don't need to do anything. Whether you're on a fixed or a flexible tariff, you'll automatically see the savings with us. Sort of summing it all up, it's going to be about 5p per kilowatt hour reduction. I can't see them making Octopus Intelligent or go cheaper than 9p.
But you want it on the day rate, don't you? Because what is it? What's the day rate? 24p?
Yeah, 29p, isn't it? It depends on your region. But I hardly use any energy at all during the day because I've got solar batteries, so it won't save me anything.
Majority of people will use it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's great for most people. Yeah.
A typical household, which is 11,500 kilowatt hour gas, 2,700 kilowatt electricity direct debit. Their bill's going to be roughly £1,641, down from £1,758. So that's a drop of an annual drop of £117. So it's not peanuts. It's the biggest quarterly drop since the summer of last year, and it brings the bills to their lowest since July 2024, though still well above pre-2022 levels, which is Russian invasion of Ukraine.
And we're still the most expensive in Europe.
Yeah, well, I said there's always some way that they get us, don't they? It would be the standing charge goes up. I mean the savings for most real world people, but yeah, I don't think it will save me anything. But, anyway, good, another good bit of good news.
So going back to the James Gee episode, when I mentioned that I powered the coffee machine because someone blew up the chargers and James had to go reset it. So the entertainment was a popcorn maker and a coffee machine and it was like your home coffee machine. It wasn't nothing fancy. And I said, right, I'll power it on my V12. A guy with a MG5 said he can do it on his, but I know on mine you can have a more
on the newer ones,
on mine.
Yeah, we've got two.
Yeah, so I said use mine, And the coffee machine guy said, "Will you have enough fuels to go home?" And I said, "Do you know much about electric cars?" I said, "No, not really." I said, your coffee machine won't even. I could run it for a week and I won't even lose.
You could run it for a month and it wouldn't make a difference. But he's running a freezer in the house.
But he was like dead concerned. He was like, "Will you be able to get home?" I said, "1, I'm at a charging point anyway." Right, and 2,
if only it was electricity about. Anyway, you said it, didn't you? You set what level your car will go down to rather than them. You can say, look, you can. It's at 80% now. Don't take any more than 20% of it, and then it won't, So you're entirely in the person's hands, how much, how little. But yeah, I mean, if you go to bed, it's going to be charging overnight anyway if it's plugged in. If you tell it to, so it makes no difference. You're just selling electricity or using electricity at the cheap rate that you bought it at.
Yeah.
Sorry, rant over.
Rant over, good. Well, rant over, episode over. Newton, Chris, thank you so much for spending your time. It's been great. We've covered a bit more ground on being
very
great.
Energetic, wasn't it?
Very energetic. Do you see what
energetic?
We did there?
Well done.
Aye, that's not bad. You'd think
not just a shiny head.
Made it up on the spot rather than rehearsed it.
He's wrote that down.
As if.
He has wrote it down. Please like and subscribe wherever you see our videos. Leave a comment below any of the content. The audio stuff will be where you get your podcast. Again, please like and subscribe there as well. New and Chris, thank you for your time. We'll see you all again soon. Bye-bye.
Ta-ra.